to pose this to you because we had a conversation with a powerful brother. Shout out to Anthony Philip Mitchell. He came, Philip Anthony Mitchell. He came on a show recently, and we had some deep conversations about relationships, about dating. One in particular about ladies who, once they get deep in their relationship with Christ, what happens is the pool gets a little smaller, right? Of brothers that they could really rock with. And I remember you in particular, you was telling your story, and your wife, she's already at a certain level. And I think you was Rotimi.
I was Rotimi, yes. I was the Rotimi, yes, sir.
And somehow, to walk me through this, because when you meet your beautiful wife, she's in this place. What did she see in you?
She saw who I am now 6 years ago. She saw the potential of what I was going to be. She saw the elements of a caring provider who's just well-rounded, and at the time I didn't see that in myself. I wasn't even trying to see that in myself. And she fell in love with the level of what I was, but she loved the level that I was, but fell in love with who she knew I was going to be, which I am today. And so again, women that are in the spirit have that foresight, man. They have that intuition, and the Holy Spirit just walks through them, and they have the ear of God. And sometimes, and she wasn't a saint either, you know what I mean? She's another chosen one, but she had to surrender, and she surrendered before I did, and so when she surrendered, she was like, there's something about this man that I'm supposed to connect with. And so funny, like, she's from Tanzania. So when we saw each other, it was like we linked, and then it became a long distance relationship. And she was like, I'm overstressed, because she's also an artist. So she's like, I'm overstressed. I hate this industry. I don't want to do this anymore. I was like, yo, just come kick it for 3-4 days. Just come hang out with me for 3-4 days. I think you need that break. And she was like, okay. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll get your ticket. She was like, no, I'll get my ticket. Don't worry about that. This is somebody flying from Tanzania.
That's a green flag.
Yeah. I said, you have money now. You have money now, Okay. But no, and come to find out, she, at the time, she really didn't have that much. Because she's one of those Kanye West type of put all the money in as an artist and just hoping, like just fully just go in. Yeah. She didn't have that.
That's real. What's good, man? What's good? What they do? It's your boy Purple Lips, back with another authentic conversation. Welcome back to my channel, and all praises to the Most High. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Y'all, when I tell you this video touched my heart, Rotimi just laid it all out about his wife and their journey. And I knew I had to share this video, straight up, because on this channel, we uplift families. We uplift faith, and the power of men and women, living in their purpose. That's what we about here. You know what I'm saying? And this right here, this is what it look like when a man sees that and he covers her with love. You know what I'm saying? I want more people to do that. If you resonate with this video, go ahead and share this video, because this man talks about his relationship with God. Well, and he talks about her relationship with God before they met, and how her walk with God was basically a blessing that she was a blessing that he never knew that he needed. Let's go ahead and break this down. You know what I'm saying? This message is so deep, and it needs to be spreaded. We need more men to be open and love out loud. Let's go ahead and get into this, man.
That much left at that particular time.
Wow.
So she kind of bet the bottom dollar, on me, and she got here, and it was just infectious, bro. And we both grew spiritually together and to where we are now. But she knew, 2 days in, she was just like, no, this is it. And I was still trying to figure it out. But again, that's just a man being a man in that situation of just, okay, and then I had to recalibrate and say, okay, bro, how long can you really live this way? And this is before I really found God. It was just the Holy Spirit working through me. And making me think it's me, but it's really not, you know. And then we're having deeper conversations that weren't really earthly, you know. And it just became like 3 days became 2 weeks, 2 weeks became a month, you know. And so it was just different, bro. It was just different. So
Hey man, leave a like and leave a like and like this video if you ever felt this before. If you ever have felt that kind of connection where like you having these type of conversations that like he said, unearthly. Like it felt like it was beyond surface. It was beyond what's going on in the norm of conversations of anybody else. Are we having a conversation that is elevated, like with the person that we connect with? Have you ever leave a like if y'all ever been in that type of situation before?
yeah,
That's
makes sense.
incredible. Let me ask
Yeah.
you this. So
Yeah, bro.
given the, how you met your wife,
Yeah,
and I think a lot of people say that was pretty risky on her end, because
Yeah.
if you live in, a casual sex lifestyle,
Yeah.
kind of promiscuous lifestyle
yeah,
in the industry, and she's
Yeah.
still like, hey, you know
Yeah.
what, let's try to make something work.
yeah.
Would you personally advise women to take that chance on men that are not necessarily spiritually in the same exact place? And if you would, what should those women be looking for in terms of potential in a man?
I think again, a woman's instinct and intuition is second to none. So I can put it into words, but it's something that they just naturally would know. But a man that has self-respect for himself, a man that exhibits self-awareness, a man that still exhibits mindfulness. I was always doing those things, but I was choosing to do opposite because I wasn't ready. So I always had these characteristics of a kingdom man. Like I always did. I just chose to be a court jester.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So so for me, it was like understanding that if a man is naturally just a kind man, if a man is naturally a provider, because sometimes in the healing we need that woman godly energy, and maybe we're moving too fast. There's maybe somebody there to help remind that man of who he is and who he's supposed to be. And I can only speak for myself that she was just like, yo, why would you take this? Why would you choose this? What made you think of this? Do you think that's a good choice? And not telling me you don't do this. It's like, take a second. And, is that the best thing to do? And it started building more of like accountability. You know what I'm saying? And so,
And bro, the women, I hope you guys take note of that, because that is the power of femininity. If you actually challenge a man, well, let me make myself large. If you actually challenge a man, his thoughts and his actions with questions, ask him how he felt, ask him what made him do something. Like, get into his mind, make him think a little bit more about what he's actually losing and how he thinks. It helps you in your relationship, but it also helps him hold himself accountable, and you holding him accountable by asking him questions, making him question himself. You know what I'm saying? You guys that's a very powerful feminine tool. You know what I'm saying? And ladies, like this was so important that he spoke about. Like, she gave herself to God before she ever even met him. You know, obviously she didn't do it knowing that she was gonna meet him in particular, but she was already preparing. She was, and that's preparation. That's preparation and that's positioning. You know what I'm saying? In life, we can't just be playing around with our life talking about YOLO, live young. No, you have to put yourself in position for the way that you want, the outcome that you want to have. You know what I'm saying? And for men, like, this is what it looks like. Like, this is what it looks like when a man is truly in tune, like with himself, with God, with his purpose, and with his heart. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't just say that she was beautiful. He said that she's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I think that was very important. Go ahead and get back into this.
One, a woman will feel it, she'll know.
Right.
But a man has to have the characteristics of self-awareness, self-mindfulness, a provider, empathetic, kind. There's a lot of things that go into it, but it's levers. He might have all of these, but some are higher than others. You know what I mean? And it's our ones we're supposed to do the work ourselves before we get there for real, to bring somebody else in. But if a woman sees that, okay, this is at a 6, but dang, I know he's 10, it's taking that risk, you know.
I totally understand that, and this is kind of a personal question.
Yeah.
Personal for me, and now personal for you. So, you know, I'm dating a young lady, and things are going well. Things are going well. Now, considering where I came from, which was a promiscuous, a casual lifestyle, I, you know, at the top of last year is when I really got serious about how I'm going to operate in the dating streets.
Yeah.
And, you know, the first, you know, one of a few ladies I was dating, all of a sudden we dating, you know, pretty seriously.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I struggle with is, you know, kind of determining, is the relationship going this well because I've changed?
Yeah.
Or is the relationship going this well because this is a once in a lifetime, you know, woman? So how do you distinguish, you know, if it's so much you putting in, or is it also them? If that question makes sense.
No, I think
that makes a lot of sense. Actually, leave a like leave a like on this video if you've been in that situation before. You know what I'm saying? And where you like kind of, let me hear that again one more time.
You putting in, or is it English? You know, if it's so much you putting in, or is it also them? If that question makes sense.
Yeah, well, like, you leave a like if you guys been in a situation where, like, you've been in a situation where it's so smooth and everything is going so good, and you kind of think that, damn, maybe I put so much work on myself that I could do this again and meet another woman like this. Or is it really like this woman or this person or man is like that in tune and we're so gelled together that this is meant to be? And you kind of confuse yourself. Is it like, damn, I did this much work? Or is it like, this person is really the one for me? And you kind of question it. Like, leave a comment if y'all been in that situation. Leave a like and a comment if y'all been in that situation.
No, I think as men, bro, we kind of dictate kind of everything. You know, we set the tone for everything, and a woman multiplies it, right?
Yeah.
So I think the work starts with ourselves, and by you doing that, by you changing your narrative, by you changing the way you think, by you getting closer to God. I always say, like, a man can't just be with a woman forever morally. He can't. Like, the morals gonna change depending on the situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, for me, I stopped trying to just do the right thing because the principle of being a man. Nah, that's finicky. Like, if I see something that's thick and blah, 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 morally, I'm like, I mean, I could kick it with it, like, but I ain't do nothing. So morally is not really. You start doing that if it's morally. I think kingdom men, bro, if you're able to say, where am I weak at? Where is my healing? Because I don't do certain things because I have a connection to God. I don't want to be away from God. I don't want the repercussions of feeling it. So it's being good to her is the secondary thing. It's not the first. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh yeah, that's my girl, I gotta know. It's like, I have to be okay with the choices I make. I have to know I gotta answer to God. I gotta answer to how I feel in the morning. I gotta answer to by making these decisions. Am I telling God I'm not ready for these blessings? Am I not saying, yo, I'm gonna put you on a tour, I'm gonna delay your tour because I know if you get 30 cities, bro, you're gonna lose your mind. You're not ready for that. So I'm thinking of all of these things of, damn, now I'm changing generational legacy. I'm perpetuating generational curses. So it's all of these things of 15, 20 minutes of what that I'm not even gonna enjoy after. I'm gonna be paranoid during the whole situation.
Right. Exactly.
Shoot, this is I hope she's not crazy. I hope this.
Yeah.
Dang, how's she gonna be after this? You know, like, you're not even there. So for me, it's like, yo, is it really worth it? You know, and so I say all that to say, the healing in you is what changes it, that makes you open to then say, dang, this is somebody that God can trust me with, that I can have a long life with. Because if you're not ready and she's his chosen, he's not gonna link you with her to protect her. You have to do the work, and if she's right for you, which she is at this point, God willing, you know, then you've elevated to then say, okay, that's why this feels like this is forever. You know what I mean? And so it takes the work, bro. Like, it takes you. You can't live off of just morals alone.
I love that you said that.
I love that he said that too, man. You know, Straight up, because like first off, he holds us accountable first. That's the first thing first. You always gotta hold yourself accountable, and I love that he did that. You know what I'm saying? And then for me, this ain't just about lust. You know what I'm saying? About this is like divine alignment. You know what I mean? And like if you hear the way, like, just ask yourself, like, do you hear the way that he's speaking life into her? You know what I'm saying? That's the power of a man who understands covering, protecting, and a partnership. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I love his alignment. You know, important message that he spoke. You know, I'm about to wrap this up, but I do want to actually. I'm going to fast forward, but I want him to finish this message of what he's talking about, holding yourself accountable and morally. But then I want to show you this little clip of when he was speaking about a man's role inside of a relationship. And I thought that was very important because, you know, in our culture, men have this perception of transactional dating. I had just had a recent video about that. Men leading with their pockets, and women are looking for what's inside of his pocket. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was important of him actually explaining the balance of what a man's role is, especially from a husband perspective, because it's a lot of work. So I'm gonna finish this little clip, and I'm gonna finish off this little sentence, this topic, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all this clip of what he feel is a husband role, and I think that all of us should take note of that.
To hurt their wives' feelings.
No, it's temporary.
It's way deeper than that.
Yeah.
They're faithful because they don't want to get right. They don't want to get in a wrong space with God. Like that's
Yes.
their principle.
Yes, bro.
That they're standing on.
Yeah.
It ain't got nothing to do with the woman.
No.
In fact, because
No.
if that's the case, if the woman changes, all of a sudden my
Yeah.
behavior changes. If the woman's gone, my
Our
behavior
behavior
changes.
changed, right.
It has nothing to do with the
Yeah.
woman. Or the woman's coming into my kingdom and
Absolutely.
how I operate.
Absolutely.
And that's what you stand on.
Yeah.
So that's a very big difference. And until a man is able to really get that level, get that standard in his life,
Absolutely.
and get aligned in that way, you know, his, like you said, morals, they'll always shake,
They always shake.
and they'll be, you know, you'll be persuaded.
Yeah.
You'll be able to be persuaded and talked out
Yeah.
of doing whatever it is you're doing.
You can justify principles. You know what I'm saying? You can justify, like, yeah, your principles are different from mine. Your principles are different. Everybody's principles are different. But then in terms of, I keep bringing this word up, kingdom, there's only one way to be. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I stopped thinking of fear of God, of like, dang, I'm scared of God. No, I was like, fear of God to me means the fear of not having him.
Right.
That, like, the
I
fear
love
of
that message right there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get into what I was telling you. I'm gonna what I feel is an important message that we should all hear, man, because he really was broke down the balance of being a husband in general. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of us are confused of what a husband role is. So here goes what I think is an important.
This real quick. So, you know, I told you I'm dating a young lady,
Yeah.
and you know, we talk about the future. You talk about things that you know you want to do, and was having a conversation about what the daily duties of a wife and husband looks like.
Yeah.
So she's like, you know, what do you think the daily duties of a wife looks like, assuming there's children involved?
Yeah.
So I'm going through the list. I'm like, okay, you know, she's gonna be responsible for making sure that, you know, the household is clean. You know, she's gonna be taking care of all the kids. You know, first line of defense for the kids. I'm going through all this list, and she's like, okay, yeah, okay, all that sounds good.
Live.
You know, and so what she's like, what you gonna do? And I was like, I'm like, well, you know, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out. You know, I'm gonna come in. You know, you gonna take care of 80 to 90%, but you know, I'm gonna come in when needed.
Yeah.
And then she's like, yeah, but you need to tell me what you gonna do.
Yeah.
And so I went to ChatGPT,
Yeah.
and I like typed in ChatGPT, what does a good husband do with kids?
Yeah.
And it was like, and I was like a boss husband, so I put a boss husband.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was like, you know, determine family structure,
Yes.
make decisions,
Yes.
you know, make sure the actions you take are aligned with the vision.
Yeah.
And I named those, it was like 5 things I named for her, but they were all these like higher level things. And she was like, so this is what I'm gonna do. And she's like, no, you know, that's what women complain about. You know, you got to do more than that. And I'm trying to explain. I'm like, well, as I'm looking at these things really do seem like daily duty. So as we go through the day, I'm like, hey, so every time you ask me a question, I'm gonna say, this I'm doing my job. So she asked me like 15 questions that day. So I'm like, this is a daily duty. Me just making decisions is a daily duty, but it was a big joke with us. But it's still, you know, at the end of the conversation, it was still like, well, I need to talk to some actual husbands to figure out what does it look like day to day. You know, is it just what I'm thinking with no experience? I just make decisions.
Especially the boss husbands.
The boss husbands, right? That's what I'm saying. I just make decisions and tell people what to do all day, or is it more than that? So what does the day-to-day look like as a husband?
The day-to-day changes, bro. It changes because one day my son may need more attention. I think let's do this, right? So the husband is the pulse of the house, right? So you go in and you say, what's needed? Wifey needs attention. Okay, let me handle that. Let me fix this solution. I'm going to give you attention. You know what? Or wifey needs time for herself. I now become the sole parent.
Right.
You do your thing. Boom. Baby girl is tripping. She's learning something and I need to make sure my daughter's okay. Everything else quiets. Now, brother and sister need to learn how to. It changes every single day, but you have to be present. You have to be empathetic. You have to be willing to figure and find solutions in everything, or the solution might be don't do anything. You know what I mean? You have to kind of be like a magician, bro. Like it's hard to explain. I'm trying to do it as best as I can, but everything needs its time. Everything, and even that considers you as well. You need to re-energize, because if you bring certain energies to the house, then everybody suffers. You get what I mean? So you have to be the pulse. What do I need? Not necessarily first, but if it gets to the point where what I can't give my best, then you kind of regress. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you walk in there like, okay, what's going on? What's going on? What do I need? What do I need? It's empathy. It's
empathy. And I love that message, and I feel like you have to be a sponge as a father, because you have to recognize the room and then find the solution as soon as possible to the problem inside your home, so it gets smoothed out. Now, I thought that was beautiful, a beautiful message, and the balance that he showed that a man needs to have, because it's not just one thing, it's not just two things, it's a lot of balance, it's a lot of things. And I think men ourselves, you know, because a lot of us grow up with no empty homes, single parent homes, so even us men, we need to hear that so that we can guide our women better, so we can have a better culture for our kids and love out loud. You know what I'm saying? But check this out, man. If you're a woman, bro, and you saw this video, please share this video to a woman who needs to hear this, or feels like there ain't no good men out there, who men are not aligned with their true values or valuing family. Like, if you're a woman out there, bro, wondering, and you see this video and you see this type of man with this type of mentality, God sees it too. You know what I'm saying? God sees that you are putting in the work, and the man the man that you want and need in your life, the one that you need, not the one that you want. And the man that you need in your life, he will fulfill you, and he will recognize it too, that you have put in the work and you deserve it. You know what I'm saying? To be embraced like this man just did. And fellas, like, I ain't gonna lie, we are very tough, and we're brought up in a culture where we're not supposed to express ourselves. No, fellas, I'm telling you right now, don't be afraid to love out loud, bro. Don't be afraid to love out loud. Cover your woman. Speak life into your woman. You know what I'm saying? This is how you build a kingdom, not just about a household. So, like, I felt like, fellas, y'all need to hear that. Women, y'all need to hear that. If you feel like someone needs to hear this message, go ahead and share this message around. Please let me know, because, like, I know how much this stirred up inside of me. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what this video stirred inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you're here for the faith family, and real love. I'm out. I press the wrong button.